Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade, back playing some more Farming Simulator 19. Had to look over to make sure I hit the record button. I did. That's always good. We're back playing some more Farming Simulator 19, back on Midwest Horizon. I think I'm getting a little used to the name now. Hopefully I can say it. I'm just going to have to say it slowly. Midwest Horizon. This is the map I've been waiting on for a while, and we're doing a contract up here for cotton. Now this is a funny field, because it's got a big water area in it, and there's cotton underneath it, which is harvestable, believe it or not, but you have to do it manually. So basically I cut around it, hired the worker out, and he missed a little bit, so we're gonna have to go get that cotton at some point whenever this guy decides he's done. So we've got our truck somewhere here ready to go to pick up those bales that are out there, so let's go get those bales. We're delivering over here somewhere. There's the flashy thing in the map down there. Okay, now he decides he's done. Okay. Well, we will get him in just a minute. I've got a FERT contract. I need to get my tractor hooked up to that and get up north. We are struggling for money. We were in the negative there for a minute. Then I took out the loan, and we've got some bales to sell, I think, but I'm watching the price. The price for straw bales is going up. It's another thing I'd like to fertilize my fields while I've leased a liquid fertilizer. It's just a tow behind one, and then I think I bought a Stevie one, the solid one. So we might could use that too on some missions, on some contracts. But yeah, I may look at this again. When we get a contract, I may look to check to make sure that the field is not underwater. Because this cotton over here is underwater. And the hired worker does not like underwater crop. I say it's underwater. It's mostly underwater. It's up, I'd say it covers more than 50% of the crop. So from afar it looks like it is underwater. I know the header goes down in the water. Alright, let's get these over to the point there, sell point. And I may have to come back and finish this manually. I'm hoping I've accepted 2 contracts, and I shouldn't have done that because there's only one sell point. Or well, I say that I think there's only one sell point for cotton, and it may oh, there's a ditch there. How'd I get in here? Came in down here, didn't I? It's a little bit less of a ditch. Alright, now we're heading over here somewhere. Where is it here? That's the wool place. That's usually where we take the mid wools. Is this it? This doesn't look like it. Because we're not on the flashing circle. Maybe the sale points are around back. Maybe that's why. Let's go around back. Cotton. Yep, there's only one sale point for cotton. Mid-cot. So it's not at mid-wools. Mid-wools is only, I guess, for wool. Yeah. Mid-cots is where we want to go for cotton. So it's not mid-wools. It's not that one. So that's mid-wools. There's mid-range eggs. Here's mid-cots. It's got an arrow pointing down. I guess they're just on the end here. Under that little, is it under this little awning thing? I'm gonna assume yes, because you can't drive around back. Good lord, how do we get in here? I may have to back this in. There's no way I'm gonna pull in that. The cotton sell point is a little tight. That could be bigger. I can back this in here. Hopefully that'll hit that trigger maybe, if this is the sell point. If it is. There's no yellow markings, so. Yep, we got it. 102 transported for field 54. That was field 54. That's the other field. Alright, so we've got to cut that cotton and go cut the other cotton up north. And get that cotton and sell it for this guy. That's why we shouldn't accept more than one cotton contract at a time. Shouldn't do it. Alright. I'm gonna park out here. Let's go grab our cotton harvester again. Let's get a little bit of this. A little bit of this they left over. I need to go down there and cut in the water. Gotta do that manually. Get this rolling. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Probably make a turn right there on that pass and go grab that. So yeah, I'm watching the straw price. It's going up. The silage price is okay. I was only able to make 2 silage bales off of our little grass field. But, in all fairness, it hasn't been plowed and it wasn't fertilized. So, we could get 50% more and then what, 15% more if we plowed and fertilized it. So we might have to do that. It's a contract for this field. This is field 4. So we've only got 79%. We got to deliver the bales for this field. So we'll have to run up to 54, bale that, and bring it back down to mid-cots. Another thing on this map that I noticed, and this was a shocker to me, there is not a sawmill. There's no sawmill, which means no wood chip sales. And matter of fact, you can see right here under wood chips, there is not any place listed to sell wood chips. So you might be asking yourself, well, how do you get rid of trees? Well, there is a way. And we'll look at that here shortly. Lift that up, maybe get down here and get this going. But yeah, I'm wondering if we bought this field, you know, at some point, or any of the other fields that have water in them, if we elevated this with the landscaping tool, could we come over the water? And say there's a little water spot right there. If we elevated this maybe a little bit, did some flattening on it, and went over the water, would the hire worker work over it or not? I don't know. It's kind of bumpy out here, this field. It's a little bit bumpy. I need to do some landscaping on it anyway. Some of these fields are. But that's the question. Would we be able to smooth over those areas? Because the hired workers sure don't want to do it in the water. They don't want to harvest in the water at all. But it is totally harvestable if you do it manually. See, it's harvesting it. But as soon as you try to hire the worker, he says, nope, sorry boss, I turn around, don't drown. I don't I don't harvest in the water. So, and I forgot to turn the thing back on. See, I'm just wondering if we landscaped over that. See, that side over there is higher, this side's higher. If we could fix that. I mean, I know it adds to the realism of it, but it also, if you can't do anything with it, it also means that you have to do some of this stuff manually, which I don't know if we'll be doing a ton of that. And maybe we just don't buy these fields. Maybe we split the field. Take the field that we can harvest with the worker, and harvest just those areas, and not replant these areas. Maybe we put up trees here or something. Have a little swamp. Build a little swampy area with some trees in it. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see what we can do with it. I'll probably try the landscaping first to see if they can cover that and go about our business. If not, we might be doing something else with it. Just saying. Some of these little water areas are pretty big in these fields. So I mean, good job on details, but if it I hate to say hampers, if it, what's the right word? If it waters down the name of the game, then no. If it makes it not playable, like if we can never, fix this spot where the water's at, then I'm going to say nah. That would be a no good. Because the name of the game is working the map. And to me, as a farmer, I would want to level this out. In real life, they have these levelers that go across the fields, and they will put them at the right elevations that they need to be at for the water to drain off. And that, I think, should be the case here. This is definitely holding water, which it should not be. Honestly, I'll be honest, that there wouldn't be any crop here if it was holding this much water, because this is a ton of water, and you would not be harvesting it, believe me. This would be all dead crop here. It would be withered. So that would be a thing. Of course, I think I have withered turned off. If I turned it back on, maybe it would wither it. I don't think so, though. I don't think it's that specific. I think it's just a cosmetic thing that they said, hey, let's put some water in the fields to make it look more realistic. But yeah, I'm going to try to level it off and see if it'll fix it. Oh my god, we got a lot of cotton. And I'm missing just tiny bits there. I'm not really worried about it. But yeah, next time I get a cotton contract, I'm going to check to see if the field's got water in it. That way I can just hire it out, let them go, and I can do other things. Because there's other things that need to be done. When we get ready to hit up the road, I'll show you guys what our plan is here for trees. Pretty sure this would ruin the header for this. Never harvest and water, children. Turn around, don't drown. That's the pretty much the National Weather Service saying for do not drive through flooded waters. We would get stuck in this, I think. I think this machine's heavy enough that it would get stuck. Any tractor we had that got out here would get stuck, probably. Maybe a smidge of a pass there. This cotton is going to be, I think, too moist to sell, if that were a thing. Alright, we got this. Let's head up to field 54, which we can take that center highway. Let's head on out of here. So that got this field to 84, so we just need to deliver some bales. Honestly, I think we should probably sell the bales one at a time. That way we don't go like 102% like we just did there a minute ago. Let's see, there's an exit over here that I can go over the ditch here with a culvert. But yeah, don't get me wrong, I like the map. There's just some small things that I would do differently. I don't know that I would put the water in the fields. So that's why I'm hoping we can landscape that and fix it. Alright, but the realism, I mean the culvert there with the crossing going into the field, that's very, very cool. See, there's another water spot on field, what is this, 8? Is it field 8 or 9? I think it's field 8. No, you know what, it might be 9. Yeah, it looks like field 9. So there's more water elsewhere on the map. If we can't do anything with those areas, I might not buy those fields. I'm just saying. Those may be omitted. Are they on the map? Are those water spots on the map? Can you see those? No, you can't. So you would just have to either fly around or drive around and see where these water spots are and make a note like, okay, we won't buy field 9. We wouldn't buy field 4. You know, stuff like that. Or you could buy them and then just do, if those are not fixable, those little water areas. That's a pretty big one there. You could just harvest just the parts that are not. Or, well, plant the parts that are not underwater. I like the water crossing the road. That's pretty cool, but not in the crops, guys. Come on. Not in the crops. And there may just be a handful of those fields around, so it wouldn't break the bank if we didn't purchase those fields. So there's plenty of fields that don't have water in them. But I'm just saying, they did change the elevation of that, and they put the water down lower, so maybe we can take the landscaping It's cool, yeah, don't get me wrong. The landscaping tool and go over those areas and flatten them out. The problem is I don't know if the hired worker would still hit the trigger on the water. So we would have to elevate it quite a bit maybe for him not to do that. This is going to be a slow drive. So this will be split into 2 episodes. Just this one round of contracts here. 18 miles an hour. I don't want to make this a double episode. I think I've already had 2 double episodes. So, and we've got 4 minutes left. I'll probably be up there in another 10. Just saying at this speed. So, could take a break here and edit this in. But you know what? I don't think so. I think we're just gonna. I don't like doing the high speed stuff. I don't like doing the. And I did one on Kiwi recently. Which I really didn't have to do because I was right there at it, but I don't really like doing cutscenes too much. I like to keep them continuously going, that way it's real, more real. Now there's some instances where I will have to edit stuff and make a cutscene, but I try to keep it, you know, real time here. See, there's another low spot over there. It's got water in it. There's one over here in this field too. Really? There's one in the field up there. They're everywhere. So I'm hoping we may have to do some changes on this map, but I'm hoping we can landscape over that, and it won't affect hired workers. If not, we may not be purchasing these fields. We may be just purchasing the other ones that don't have them. And we may purchase these fields and just work around them. Plant grass or something over those watered areas, or around the watered areas. That way the hired workers, when they hit the grass part, they'll be like, okay, there's water over here. Or this is grass, we can't harvest this. So we'll fix them up. There's got to be a way. These are 2 separate properties here too, so the water bleeds into that one. So we would probably, before we did anything like with that instance, we'd have to own both of those fields. That is grass. That's a grass field there. But they made them sit lower. I'm noticing this. You guys see that? They made them sit lower. So I'm hoping that we can level those out. Alright guys, well, has it been 4 minutes already? It's been about 3. We are at time, so I guess maybe I can save you guys the drive in between videos. How about that? So when we get back, we'll get up in here and harvest field 54. Try to get those cotton bales sold. We're watching the prices for straw. It's going up. I may go ahead and sell it. And I may wait. I might wait because I don't want the silage price to go down. I'm really keeping an eye on the silage price. If the silage price goes down or starts going down, I'll go ahead and sell it. But it would be nice if the silage price would go up. That would be great. So, yeah, I'll save you guys from this drive up here, this 18-mile-per-hour drive. Honestly, I could probably put these on a flatbed and move them around now that we're on 4X maps. I could probably get a flatbed and take this harvester to its destination. But we can't afford that right now. We've got $1,700 in the bank, almost $1,800. So, we'll meet you guys up at Field 54, and hopefully, maybe I'll go ahead and start it and get it done to where we can just haul the bales. So we'll come back and do that. Alright guys, until then, remember you reap what you sow. I don't even have my beacons on. What's wrong with me? It's Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you guys later.